What's shaking? It's Bacon, and I kind of have a concept for Destiny. A weird little idea that came about over the course of maybe a couple of days and weeks or something like that. It's just like the collaboration of ideas I got inspiration from other games and such, and I want to share it with you guys. Now, this idea is related to ships. Yeah, weird, but I'll lay out the groundwork so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from and how this all came about. So first off, when I think of ships, I classify them as just aesthetic. They're not important to gameplay at all. They don't really do anything. And the other things I classify that as are class items, emblems, and shaders, because those don't really matter like that. It's just so that you can look pretty. And of course, I like to look pretty too, but I'm also more interested in adding to the complexities of Destiny, adding to that overall depth of content, and making me yearn for something new. And ships are at the bottom of the barrel. That's why I'm targeting them, and mainly because I think they're really interesting. There's so many ships in the game. They always add more ships with each expansion. So why not give them a reason to be in the game other than just being a pretty loading screen? Yeah, ships don't really fulfill any purpose of their own. They don't actually even drop you into combat or onto planets, which would have been really nice. That could have been the one thing they did just to look pretty again, but more pretty, more show-offish, because only you see it. If you and your squadron are rolling with all the same matching ships, who's gonna see it besides you? Maybe if you're streaming or recording a video, people will see that, but is that really that interesting? It's more interesting to see people pull up to a Crucible game like that. Because I remember back in the day, well, in the beginning of Destiny, when people just ran in with their chatter white, it was like the most terrifying thing. We were like, oh shit, is my team like, are they gonna be able to stand up to these guys? Because if you're playing solo and you are just with a bunch of randoms, they might falter, and then that'll cost you a loss. And I was really passionate about not losing on Destiny in the beginning and not leaving games and all that. So yeah, ships conveying that same fear into other players would be really dope. And ever since the Vault of Glass, PvE activities have been throwing ships at us, shaders and all these non-essential items of Destiny at us just to make us look pretty once again. But I want more than that. If you're gonna reward me for my valiant efforts against the darkness, then please make it of some value. And so the time has come for me to give you guys my proposal. And I propose that ships have perks. And yeah, I know what you're thinking, many of you. A lot of problems arise from this being added to the game, and I understand that, and some of them that came up in my head were like, what about the old ships? Do they get love too? Do they get perks? What happens with them? And furthermore, wouldn't that result in kind of a soft lockdown? Wouldn't we all just want to use the same ship that holds the best benefit towards us? Wouldn't we all just want that Galaga ship, essentially? And yeah, that would happen, but that's kind of the reason why I have countermeasures. I thought of things that would kind of counteract that so that that's never a problem. So first off, the ship perks would work like gear perks or weapon perks. They would be random. So we'd get a pool of just a bunch of perks that could appear on our ships. And when you get a new ship, it'll come with whatever. And this will result in us actually keeping ships because of their benefits and stuff like that, using ships that we normally wouldn't, and getting out of our comfort zone, I guess. Because, well, not really a comfort zone, because you don't really need them. So people don't tend to shake it up a bit unless they're just doing to match with their team, which is just, once again, redundant. And here come the references. So first off, my idea for perks on ships comes from Pokemon. Yeah, of all games, Pokemon. And in Pokemon, you'll give your Pokemon items to hold on to that will enhance their battle capabilities, or maybe not even battle capabilities, things outside of that. And you know, they never really go as far out as to give them a new move or anything like that, so I kind of stuck within the boundaries of that. So that kind of helped govern my ideas and keep them within some form of boundaries. So a stipulation would be no addition to subclasses. We're not getting more grenades, we're not getting enhanced super, anything like that. Just, you know, just to keep our hands clean and not mess up the game's mechanics all that much. So some of the perks that I came up with were glimmer enhancements, like the gaining of glimmer from certain enemies or anything like that, like how we have with the consumables. And then that adds into consumables, the consumable drop rate, something like that, increase to whatever from whatever enemy. So you would kind of switch up your ship when you know you're going to Mars, or you know you're going to Venus or something like that. And maybe the gaining of motes, maybe that speeds it up a little bit depending on what you're doing. There has to be some added stipulation to that, so it's not necessarily OP and we're just farming motes like shit. Then there's flinch rate, maybe with certain enemies once again. Ammo, gaining of ammo for certain weapons, maybe finding of ammo, the amount of ammo that you start with, maybe a reload is just gonna give you extra, something like that. And then faster respawn. And this is one of the things that I say has to be locked to PvE, because it would be really ridiculous for PvP players to just be respawning fast as hell. Maybe it's a percentage chance. Maybe it's guaranteed all the time. Something like that. But I feel like maybe guaranteed all the time would be maybe more towards an exotic. I don't know. Something like that, because that sounds very necessary and important. So I'd say it has to be maybe with certain enemies once again, or just a percentage chance like flipping a coin or maybe a dice. And this last one is just thrown in for my own pain and suffering. Resistance to Cabal knockback with shields. Just don't make me fly across the map. Do not humiliate me like that, please. Because when I'm jumping like a madman as a hunter, that thing does not do me any justice. I've been launched like Superman countless times on Mars. And that's why I stay away from the planet. And you know what? A lot of you cannot fool me. I know you want little perks like this. Because back in the day, in the beginning of Destiny, with the speaker, his emblems, you guys, a lot of you were clamoring around them saying that, oh, this might give you 7% buff to whatever, maybe more glimmer, something, things like that. So the desire is there. There is a desire for perks like this to be hidden, or to at least be added to things that don't really hold much value, because that dude is selling emblems overpriced as hell. I have not bought a single one from him just because it doesn't really make sense, because everyone has access to them and it doesn't actually give you a perk or anything like that. So what's the value in it? And you know what? Right here is where I should probably stop the video, but I'm not. Why? Because I'm reaching. I really want to ball high with this one, because I want some form of this idea to come into fruition, because I really feel it is gonna add a new level of depth to Destiny. So why not just add to that depth even more? Maybe they'll take this. So what if the dismantling of ships changed too? Because as it stands, dismantling of ships holds no actual value. So maybe it'll result in ship parts. And this draws inspiration from two things. First off, within Destiny. Now Xur sells those little engine cores or whatever for your sparrows that can make them all pretty and such. Not really necessary for sparrows, but that idea is there to add to our vehicles. And then from Elder Scrolls Online, which I've been playing a shit ton of lately, and I do enchantments. So I enchant weapons and all that and gear and whatever. And so I was thinking maybe a system like that could work for Destiny, but instead for ships. And in Elder Scrolls, it's like you get glyphs or whatever, and you can dismantle that, break it down, and you'll get parts. And then you can take all the parts you get from other glyphs and stuff like that, or you find around the environment, and put them together and you get stronger results, better results, and it just adds so much intrigue to getting your gear even stronger. Not just the gear that you have on, but what you do to it. It's modifying it, making it even cooler. But Elder Scrolls has sort of a crafting leveling system, so you can get better at crafting, but Destiny doesn't have that kind of depth towards things like that, and I don't expect them to ever do that, so we'd have to keep it kind of simplistic. So within Elder Scrolls, when you break down these glyphs, sometimes it doesn't give you anything at all. You might not get any results from it. You can increase the percentage of getting results, but that's Elder Scrolls, this is Destiny. So I was thinking maybe that's a stipulation. We can break down our ships and take those parts and put them together and formulate even better perks or stronger perks, more potent. But there's also the possibility that you might not get anything from it, or you might just get something that's not of the value that you expected. So it adds to sort of the idea that the power is within your grasp. You, as a player, get to make those heavy decisions towards your progression. Do you have enough parts to spare to the point where you're willing to dismantle, knowing that you might not get anything at all? And I really find that the most interesting to me. Giving power to the players. That's how it should always be. Not necessarily always, but there should always be some form of decision making towards us players. And there's not really that much in Destiny. Of course, you get to make your loadouts, pick your weapons or whatever, but there's not as much as there could be, and this could be a nice start in a good direction. And so I'd like to thank you guys for listening to this madman ramble on his ideas for Destiny, because in the future, I actually do want to be a game developer. I want to make games. Like, I don't know, I'm still figuring between the systematic approaches like this and say like the writing, because I really like to write and be articulate and stuff like that. Things like this right here. I don't want to be community manager like Deej or anything, but you know, I'm interested in game development as a whole, as an art form. So this is kind of just me dabbling into the kind of person I am and giving you kind of a little bit more of an idea of who Bacon Bread is. If you have any ideas for perks for ships, tell me. I want to hear that. If you have any ideas on how this could be built up upon, or maybe you don't agree totally with me, or maybe you don't agree at all, I want to hear it all, because this helps to add to progression. Advocating what we want when we want it from a game developer can go a long way. We can start to walk down a path that we can all agree is beast. And I want that for Destiny. So if you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll catch you in the next one.
One final push and victory is yours. You can fight by my side anytime, Guardian.